We're going to be looking at the Gospel of John, and in particular, we're going to be looking at the words of Jesus. We'll just go through them sentence by sentence and see how we do. So why don't you join me? We're going to have a quick look at John chapter 1, the Gospel of John chapter 1, and we're in verse 38. A little bit of background just here. Jesus turns round and there's a couple of lads following him, and Jesus is like, what do you seek? Now, this is really interesting, right? Because straight afterwards, you'll see the lads turn around and say, Rabbi, which means teacher, where are you staying, right? Really interesting stuff. Jesus turns around and says, what are you looking for, lads? And they turn around and they're like, where are you staying? What can we learn from this then? So checking out Jesus' very first words in the Gospel of John and these two lads that are reacting to what Jesus is asking them. One of the first things I think we can learn is that everyone is looking to belong. Everyone's looking for something to follow, you know? Growing up, I used to be part of all these different gangs and stuff. And if I'm honest with you, I think the truth is that being quite poor as I was growing up and like going through loads of like poverty and neglect and stuff like that, I just wanted someone to belong to, a place to feel safe, you know. And I think that that oftentimes people feel the same way. Maybe like me, you're maybe grown up in a rough area, or you've maybe grown up in a bit of poverty and stuff, but neglect in that. Or maybe it could be that you've like been part of something that has collapsed, like a club or a group or something. Maybe you didn't do very well at school, you know, and so you've gone from school to school to school. Or maybe you've grown up in foster care and you've never really known where you belong. But today, the message that I want to share with you, a very quick snippet of a message, is this. Jesus is inviting you to belong, to come follow him. He has a place for you to belong. He wants you to be part of his crew, part of his family. And he wants to give you purpose in a world that seems to have lost itself in an eclectic mix of craziness with politics and poverty and like personalities. It's all just wild, isn't it? He wants to give you a identity and a purpose and a passion. So with all that being said, why don't you join me on this journey and check out what Jesus says and the things that he does in order to get to know him some more. My experience says that Jesus is real, and he's not just real, he is here and he is interactive, and that we can interact with him right now at any point in time. He is still alive, he is still doing his thing, he is still God, and he wants us to go on a journey with him. So let me ask you the same question as Jesus asked these two lads. What do you seek?